I don't know why the mundane is awfully hard for me. And I also don't know why I woke up bawling my eyes out and why I decided to pick up my camera as well. And I also don't really understand how these are an hour apart and I'm acting like everything is fine. And of course, since I struggled with an eating disorder in the past, when the emotions get loud, so does the eating disorder. And I know not even a year ago, when my head was in a place like this, I wouldn't even be eating breakfast. But my eating disorder was once how I controlled my life. It's so hard not to fall back when my emotions feel out of control. And I'm just so freaking exhausted. And I'm not even kidding when I say that I did not do this on purpose. Like, I, in one clip, yawned like 5 or 6 times. But when I'm emotionally drained, I swear, like, I will be drained that entire day. Like, I am completely sick or something. And clearly my cat wants me to stay home just as much as I do. But I know if I follow a routine, it ends up being not just one day, it ends up being a very long time, and that's not what I'm willing to do. And the gym just honestly didn't feel good, so I went shopping instead for Christmas. But of course I know me, and I crashed as soon as I got home, and Digby was loving it, and I don't know what he was trying to do there. But the laying around didn't exactly stop there. I ended up laying around until like 7 o'clock. And when I tend to fall into these habits like laying around all day, I end up feeling really guilty and shameful about myself. And I'm sure if you struggle with borderline personality, you know how heavy these feelings can feel. So I decided to take myself out of the house because it's really hard to sit in that shameful feeling when I didn't already know what was wrong. So I try to do things that's known to get in touch with yourself and in your body, so that way I might feel more grounded and present. And although nothing got accomplished much that day, then the following day I decided to push through even though it felt hard. It's not that I magically felt better the following morning, but I constantly try to remind myself to just be 1% better. To experience good days, you have to go through the bad days. Because if there wasn't bad or good days, they would just be days, and to me that would be boring. I'm still in the process of learning how to healthily cope on days like this, but I'm learning that these emotions are completely normal. So I try not to resist the bad days anymore. I just constantly remind myself to stay present and figure out the details later. So before I end the video, I just wanted to come on here and say thank you so much for watching. This is not a woe is me story, pity me, none of those whatsoever. I know that I get really uncomfortable in the mundane sometimes, and sometimes I will get stuck in those feelings. And literally probably up until this year, I felt alone in that feeling of like, I don't understand, like when my life feels normal sometimes, that everything feels chaotic and I'm not sure what I'm trying to get a grasp of, but all I know is I can't keep it together. With there being 7 billion people in the world, I know that I'm not alone in this feeling. And please also know, when you go through these, you're allowed to have these days and you're allowed to move past them the next day. And I kind of wanted to be an example of that for a long time. When I would go through these emotions, I would almost feel like, because I felt like that yesterday, that I would almost have to feel like that the next day, or maybe that it's going to start like that the next day. In order for me to have a good day, I'd have to sit there and actively try and change it, which is like putting it all on a pedestal. It's just so hard to wake up and be like, I have to change my bad mood. You know what I'm trying to say? Some people work really good under pressure, but think about it this way. When you put yourself in a mindset of like, I have to take myself out of this bad mood, I have to do better today, I have to do this today, I have to do that, you're constantly like kind of also reminding yourself that you aren't doing those things and that you feel like you can't do those things. And it's just like a bunch of negative affirmations. And if you're familiar with borderline, those are very common. Best advice to give for days like these is to literally take it for what it is, allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, and just try to continue to move on until you feel better. Like, there is no pressure to feel better. You're going to feel better when you want to feel better. And that's point blank period. So the best thing that you can do is just try to take every moment for what it is and try to reclaim your presence with the world. Does that make sense? There are going to be some days where it may feel like the world is ending. It's not ending. The world is still here. It's still with you. None of its perception changed of you. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to have a good day. Just put pressure on yourself to have a day. Just have a day. A day. That's it. Just have a day. Figure it out from there. but validate your emotions, validate what you're going through, because you deserve it. And in order to get past something, you have to allow it, feel it, accept it, and move on from it, even if it's nothing. So like I said, I hope this video wasn't too sad. I didn't really want to make this like a woe is me. I just kind of wanted to make this for people who don't really know anyone who struggles with these things, because I know that I didn't until I came into the social media world. So yeah. And with that being said, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. And if you like this video or would like more content like this, please like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Yeah. I love you guys. Have a great day.